guys? I'm your host, Tim Galligan. Welcome to the Ghost of Real Estate. And today we have very special guest, tough guest, 2015 Golden Gloves champ, 2015 Metro champ, heavyweight professional boxer, Moses Thunder Hands Johnson. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you
honor.
for having me, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed for the opportunities that boxing gave me, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
You want to start just, giving a little bit of background about yourself, how you got into boxing, take it from there.
Yeah, so I got into boxing. Man, I've been fighting my whole life. I actually used to get beat up when I was younger. Surprisingly, I was like a scrawny little kid.
Really?
Well, I guess so. My older cousins and my brothers used to, rough me up. Then I actually started playing football. So I got into football, and then one day I went to the gym. I was about 16, 17, and I fell in love with it. I went to, I think it was LA Boxing, or Boxing Through Fitness or something.
Yeah.
It was like one of those, it wasn't really a boxing gym, it was just like a fitness gym. And I fell in love with it. So ever since then, I just wanted to see where I could take it.
Yeah.
And here we are, so.
That's awesome. So what was that, 29?
29.
So was it 13 years ago or so?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So that's a lot to accomplish in that amount of time.
Yeah.
You're a big dude. You say you're 250?
260.
260.
Yeah, I gotta
So you
slim up a little bit, but yeah, we're getting there. So
nice. And you said 240 is your prime time fighting weight. That's where you like to be.
235, 240. I can move. I can move at 260.
Yeah.
But my fight, I had a pro fight in June, and those 6 rounds, I felt it. I was like, man, fighting at 260 is a little different than fighting at 240. You know, so.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So right now you're 8-0.
Yep.
You got 7 wins by KO.
Yep.
That's great, man.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Gotta keep chipping away.
What does it feel? I got to know what it feels like in a ring to knock someone out cold.
It's like, it's crazy because I ask myself that and I really don't know. It's just like my adrenaline's going.
Yeah.
I'm so hype. I'm so pumped. And it's like from that knockout till after the fight goes like that.
Really?
It happens so fast. It's like by the time I knock the dude out, they're like taking the gloves off. I'm getting out the ring. People are taking pictures, asking for my autographs, and
That's sick.
I'm checking out by the doctor, and then before I know it, I'm back in my hotel room. Like, okay,
Wow.
so it happens really quick.
Yeah.
But it's a good feeling. I mean, it shows all the hard work that you do, the hard work you do behind the camera. It shows. It pays off. So
Right.
it's good.
Now, of those 7 KOs, is it all one particular punch? You have like a special or a strike that you like the best?
I like the jab. I actually knocked someone out with the jab.
Really?
Yeah, I gave him a brain bleed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I knocked him out pretty good with the jab. So the jab's a good punch. A lot of big, strong heavyweights can knock people out with the jab. Like George Foreman had a strong jab. He knocked people out. Sonny Liston knocked people out. So I would have to say either the hook or the jab. I like that. Yeah.
So once you fell in love with boxing, was there someone who you idolized, looked up to, wanted to replicate in your style, or anything like that?
I would have to, everyone gonna say Ali. Ali had swagger with it. He was a good-looking guy. He was fast. He was sharp. Ali, Tyson.
Yeah.
I like Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe. I feel like he definitely an underrated heavyweight. Evander Holyfield. You have so many champs that I watch. You take a piece from this fighter, that fighter, this fighter, that fighter, and try to make it one. Even the lighter guys, you got like Canelo. His boxing is beautiful. Earl Spence, his boxing is
Some head movement.
yeah.
It's
Canelo
just some of those clips.
yeah,
It's a freak.
it's insane. And it's like in all of his fights, like his last fight, I knew like the first few rounds, he'll, warm up, move. Every fight he has, he loses like the first couple rounds. But once he gets your timing down, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's like everything you throw at him, he'll block.
Right.
He'll know how to hit you from all angles. So
Nice.
yeah.
So how many times right now, obviously there's a lot of training that goes into this, and I definitely want to dive into that in a bit. But on an annual basis, how many times are you fighting a year?
Well, COVID definitely messed up
Yeah.
every fighter.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So
Yeah.
this year I fought twice. I fought in June. I fought last month. No, I actually fought in June. I fought October 30th, and
Both KOs?
no, the one in June almost. It should have been.
Yeah.
The guy spit his mouthpiece out 6 times. Yeah, in a 6-round fight. So
Yeah.
I was looking at the ref like, yo, stop it or.
Right.
But normally at this point in my career, I'd probably fight, I'd say four or 5 times.
Yeah.
It just depends. Like the last fight, I knocked the dude out in the 2nd round. I didn't have a scratch on me. I was good. So when you
Right.
have fights like that, you're able to get back in the ring.
Right.
Like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. It just depends on your body, how you feel,
Right.
what your coach and your team feel.
So is from a training standpoint, where are you training right now?
I'm at Atlas Cops and Kids on Sosa Crew. Yeah, Sosa Crew. Everybody in the boxing world knows Sosa Crew. We got a good team, a good coach, great coaches. My head coach Sosa, my head coach Jimmy. They definitely very technical, and they know how to train a heavyweight. It's different
Right.
training a heavyweight compared to training a lighter guy. I can't really do everything the lighter guy does. I can, but I do it differently. So they maximize that, which makes me feel good.
Nice. And you're driving every single day?
Every
Like
day.
literally 7 days a week?
7 days, 6 days a week.
That's
yeah,
wild,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
That's nuts.
But I keep myself entertained. I listen to some podcasts.
Yeah, yeah.
I make a few phone calls.
From
jam
Huntington
out.
to Brooklyn.
Yep.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
That's dedication. That's great.
Yeah, 6 days a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and how many hours a day are you training when you're there?
I'll probably train about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
You normally go in the morning?
In the morning.
In the mornings?
Like,
Nice.
It depends. Like now I'm training at 12 to 2, or
Okay.
I'll probably train at 1 to 3. It just depends on the day, what we're doing.
Right.
We spar Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Monday, Wednesday,
So
Friday.
you're sparring 3 days a week?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday we do technical work, bag work,
Yep.
different drills to work on my moving and all that good stuff. So
Nice. Now, who's your sparring partner?
this guy Brandon Spencer, he's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, how many people are, so you mentioned earlier before we started that it's a team.
Yep.
So how does that work? How does that dynamic work?
Like we have drills. So say if it's like 7 of us, we'll have like 7 different drills, and we'll
Right.
go around it like probably 3 times, 3 minutes, 30-second break. Yeah. So, but when we spar, it's like everybody's in the gym. We just take turns.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's dope. It's dope. So.
Nice. Now, from like a vision perspective, what's the goal? What is your goal that you'd like to accomplish?
Oh, heavyweight championship.
That's
Definitely,
awesome, man.
without a doubt. That's why I do it. I don't compete to be number 2. No, respectfully, no one really remembers number 2.
That's sick.
Everyone remembers number 1. So,
Yeah.
I know it's not going to be easy, but that's why I'm doing it, because
Yeah.
I know it won't be easy, because I don't want to do something that's easy.
Right.
So yeah, heavyweight championship, man. I'm excited.
And what is that path like? I know nothing about the boxing world or anything, in that regard. I like watching boxing,
Yeah.
enjoy working out and stuff. But as far as like the actual like rankings and movement, like how does that work and what does that trajectory look like? Like, how long does it take to get to that opportunity of that fight for the belt?
It just depends. Like you have some guys who like look at Lomachenko. He had like 400 amateur fights. So him, you can
Yeah.
move a little faster.
Right.
He has the experience. He fought basically everyone.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So, some fighters, it just depends how you move in the ranks. You have gatekeepers. So a gatekeeper is someone who might be on the end of their career, but they still have a little bit left, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to beat that person to get to that next level.
Got it.
And you
All right.
beat that person, you're to that next step in your career. So it's dope, man. I'm excited.
Nice. So, yeah, that's all right. So it's interesting how that works.
It's a lot that goes into it, because like you
A lot
need
behind the scenes.
you need like your manager
Right.
and your coach to guide you. Because
Right.
I'll fight anybody. It doesn't matter if they're 30-0,
Right.
20-0.
Yeah.
but your coach and your manager are also supposed to protect you and guide you
Right.
in the right steps to get to that top. You know, you have a lot of guys who get rushed and they get overwhelmed.
Right.
You know, because once you're up there with the beast, you know, you can't come down. So once you get to the top,
Right.
it's not like you could be number one in the world and fight number 250.
Yep.
You're number one in the world. You're fighting top 10 guys every fight. Yeah. So
So now, when you have a fight right now, are you doing any type of like more intensive, like a what? You know, I would hear from like the general public on TV of a like a training camp. Is it different leading up to a fight?
not really.
Not really.
You know, we do the same thing every day, because you know, like now, like I said, I'm in the part of my career where I could get a call and be, oh, you got to fight, you know, or
Yeah.
like if my fight next week or 2 weeks from now gets canceled, I could have another fight pop up.
Right.
So I have to be ready and stay in shape for that. You know, it's different when you're at the top. When you're at the top, you fight probably twice a year. Like Canelo, he probably fights like twice a year, 3 times the most. But other than that, you know, you're really set on who you're gonna fight. It's not really like a pop-up call, like, oh, you got this fight.
Right. So you got to be on your toes at all times.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
And then how does so like right now? So your fight is December 17th, right?
Yeah.
Friday the 17th. So who hosts that, and how does that work? Are they all over the country, or are they all over just the Northeast?
It could be anywhere.
All over the world?
Yeah, all over.
Really?
All over the world.
Yeah, that's
It's
nuts.
not like the UFC or like Bellator,
Right.
where, you know, UFC fighters fight only UFC fighters, Bellator fighters only fight only Bellator.
Got it. Okay.
Boxing, you can fight anyone
Really?
around the world. Like, I could fight in Mexico, I could fight in London, I could
Right.
fight in Canada, I could fight in LA. It's like, you know,
That's crazy.
yep. So
So now, from a dieting standpoint, so there's a lot that goes into this, right? It must get expensive between
Yeah.
trainers. I mean, food,
Yeah.
trainers, equipment, traveling,
It gets-
accommodations. That's a lot. So
Yeah.
how does all that work? You just got it. The more fights you have, the more you grow.
yeah, like, you know, like my manager, he holds it down if I need some gear. Like, I just bought winning boxing gloves. They cost me about $550, $570. Yeah.
For a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're the best gloves you could get. Like, they foam to your hand.
Really?
Yeah, like Mayweather uses those gloves.
Oh yeah.
All the top boxers use those gloves. And, you know, just like boxing shoes would cost you like $200.
Right.
Yeah, it gets expensive, you
Yeah.
know. Headgear is another like $300, $270.
Right.
And it's crazy. From when I started, now I got like a house full of headgear, house full of gloves,
Yeah.
like 15 pairs of boxing shoes. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah.
So when you're going and you training, how much are you switching up? Like, are you still constantly learning new things every time, or at this point is it more repetition?
Now it's more so repetition and getting used to certain movements. Like my coach, like I know when my coach says Canelo, I know what to do. You know, I'm just head movement, moving, keeping my hands up, staying slick.
it.
But now it's just I'm to the point where I've been doing it long enough. It's just repetition, staying sharp,
Right.
and just trying to get my timing down, my speed down,
Right.
get stronger as a fighter.
And when you're in the ring, your coach is calling out things from the corner. How hard is it to? I always wondered that.
Yeah.
You know, going 3 rounds, right? Going 3-minute rounds. It's a long time.
Yeah.
3 minutes. I don't think a lot of people realize. I mean, you're getting punched. You're throwing punches.
Yeah.
I mean, how many punches are you throwing around?
Probably I aim to throw around 200, 150, 200. That's a good amount of punches, especially for a heavyweight.
I think especially for anyone, man.
Yeah.
If I stood up right now for 3 minutes and threw my arms as hard as I can 150 times in 3 minutes, I'm gonna be gassed.
Yeah, it's tough.
And at the same time, you're getting punched and ducking.
Yeah. Because it's like,
That's intense, dude.
Like now it's to the point where I've been doing it for a while, and every great fighter knows how to control the pace.
Right.
Like Canelo knows how to control the pace. So like if you watch him, sometimes he'll just walk around the ring and not throw a punch for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. He'll just keep his hands up, keep moving. That's him recharging his battery.
Right.
Yeah,
So you got to control that
getting
tempo.
his energy back. But when you learn how to do that and you master it and you stay relaxed, it's so much. Like the time goes by fast.
Yeah.
But you know, like every fight, you have those rounds where you're like, man, like this 3-minute round feels like 5 minutes. you
Yeah,
know?
dude, listen, I bet, man, and I say it all the time, like whether it's just talking to my buddies or whatever, but fighters, in my opinion, are easily the best athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be in tip-top condition,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta jump rope.
Yeah.
You gotta do your road work. You gotta lift those weights. You know, you gotta do the push-ups, pull-ups, dips. It's like
Yeah, you got to do it all. There's no down.
It's all day.
Yeah.
And you can't just focus on the boxing. Well, you need to run. You can't just focus on the running because you need to do the boxing.
Right.
You can't. So you need to do it all.
And on top of that, you got to do it mentally.
Yeah.
How much of it is mental in the ring?
About 90%.
That's nuts. So you do all that physical stuff to equate to 10%,
Yeah.
but your mind is 90%.
Yeah. Because
That's wild.
it's like imagine if I tried to swing at you as hard as I can.
Right.
You'll see it coming.
Right.
And you'll be able to block it.
Yep.
And you waste more energy like being tense. So
Right.
your mind, you gotta stay relaxed, you gotta move.
Right.
Even when you get hit, you know, it's like I tell people, what makes you think they hit you the first time, what makes you think they're gonna hit you harder the second time? You know, they hit you, they punch you the first time.
Right.
You know, what makes you think the second time is gonna be any harder than the first time? So it's just all mental. You know, you gotta stay relaxed. Staying relaxed is the hardest part.
You said you sleep like a baby the night before a fight.
Oh yeah. Because all the hard work is done.
Right.
Like during camp, it's like my mind's always racing. I'm like, man, that's what the mental aspect comes into it. I need to learn how to cut it off.
Right.
Because it's like my mind's always racing. I'm like, man, am I working hard enough? Am I doing everything I need to do?
Yeah.
But I am doing everything I need to do.
Yeah.
But me as a person, it's never enough.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good thing. I think that's what makes you, and I think it's what makes a lot of people great, right?
Yeah,
There's that thing in the
definitely.
mind that says like, hey, like it's not enough. Like I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a gear in the mind that pushes forward.
Yeah.
I hear you on
So
that.
you know, it's motivation. You know, it's just, and then people tell me I motivate them to get out here and do it. Well, you know, fighting is like a journey. You know, it's
Right.
like from your first fight to your last fight. No matter how good you are, it's a journey.
Right.
Just like everything in life, you know. So
Yeah. So as a fighter, what do you want to be remembered as?
a great. I want to give other fighters the opportunity that I possibly didn't have, because you know you meet a lot of people in the fight game who just don't care about fighters. They just care about the money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
A
can
lot of
imagine,
a lot of dudes. And I've ran into them, a lot of cats who just don't care about the fighter, don't care. They just care about themselves and their business. But it's like without the fighter,
Yeah.
like what do you have?
You gotta have
If
respect
we
for the
don't-
journey, right?
Yeah, if we don't fight, you have no show.
Right.
You know, so you have these, like one fight I fought, and the promoter walked off with my pay.
Really?
Yeah, so that had me a little heated, but
Wow.
yeah, you know, it's like, you know, it happens.
So how does that work? So the promoter, is a different promoter for each fight?
It depends. Like
It's like promotion companies? How does,
if like say if I signed DAZN, I'll fight under DAZN, so they'll like big companies like that. They don't mess with your pay like that. You know, they're professional, but the lower guys
right. And
act a little.
the
funny.
zone is a promoter?
Oh yeah, they're big. They're big. Like you got Golden Boy.
Yep.
They have their whole fighters. You got DAZN that has a whole league of fighters.
Got it. Okay, so each promotion has fighters underneath the promotion, so you get signed to a promotion. Got it. And then different promotions can fight different promotions, unlike UFC, where UFC is UFC and Bellator is Bellator.
Yeah, like for example, I think Earl Spence is signed to one promotional company. I think Terrence Crawford is signed with a different one.
Gotcha.
So that company had to come together and come to an agreement for them to fight. I feel like that's the main reason why that fight probably won't happen. I hope it does.
Right.
It'll be good for boxing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So 8-0 is a statement. The O is a statement.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, that O.
Is there pressure when you
Have
go
to
in for your
stay.
next fight, or any fight following, to keep that O? Is it
Nah, there's no pressure. I feel like all the pressure, I feel like you make the pressure.
right? Well, I'd agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like, I know, as long as I work hard, I have to make it do what it do. You know?
Right.
I know what I need to do. I train at it every day. I work at it every day. So as long as I listen to what my coaches say,
Right.
even in a fight, I hear everything my coach says.
You do.
I hear my coach and my dad. No matter where my dad is during a fight,
Yeah.
I hear my dad, I hear my coach,
So like a dog whistle.
you know? And it's crazy because it's just like when I played football, like you hear your coaches.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're like, it's
Yeah,
weird.
your ears trained to hear it. Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
no matter how loud the crowd is, I hear what my coaches say and I listen to it, you know? Because
Yeah.
they see things I don't see.
Right.
And I
Right.
see things they don't see, you know?
So that's another thing too. After a round, how hard is it? So you're sitting down after the round, right? Or standing in the corner, whichever it is. You got your cut man, right? You got, who else is in the corner? You got your coach, cut
My
man.
two coaches.
Two coaches.
Yep, and Cutman. Yep.
Cut man. How hard is it to focus? Like I always see that when the camera pans and the fighters in the corner, like, and people are trying to talk to them and be like, dude, get out of my face, man. I'm dying. You know, you heavy breathings, you know. How hard is it to actually absorb what they're telling you and implement into the next round?
Yeah, well, for us, the way we train is we train 30-second break.
Yeah.
So in that 30-second break when we spar, we always train 30 seconds. So that 30 seconds, my coach will be like, all right, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. And if I'm not listening, he'll smack me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I hear everything. We just focus on my breathing.
Yeah.
Because after like the first 15, 20 seconds, you know, your mind is just, you're not going to remember everything.
Right.
It goes by so quick, you don't really remember everything your coach tells you. So he'll just be like, look, you're doing good. Just keep your hands up, keep moving, jab to the body, come back to the head. Throw
Right.
a few body shots in there, pivot. Just simple stuff. Nothing too complex.
Right. So at the same time, he's seeing it from the outside perspective, which is always great.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. What is your dream fight? Like, who would you want to fight? If you could fight anyone, who would you fight?
Anyone?
Anyone.
Like that's alive today or just in general? Like,
Just in general. No Ali.
No, Ali. Who would I? Man, that's a tough one. I've never been asked that. I would probably say, not Tyson. I feel like that's probably George Foreman.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or Sonny Liston. Or Ernie Shavers. Because they said Ernie Shavers hit like a truck.
Yeah?
Yeah. I forgot who, I think Ali said, no, Evander Holyfield said Ernie Shavers hit him so hard, he didn't feel it. When you get hit that hard, your body goes numb. That's how hard it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel it, that means something's wrong.
Right.
So I've been hit that hard once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who hit me that hard, but yeah, it's not a good feeling.
So when you, I think they say like your face calluses to the punch, right? Like you get used to it.
Yeah,
you
like,
find that
like
true?
my knuckles from
Yeah.
punching, my knuckles callus up, but it's like it's not like a normal person who would flinch. Like
Right.
I don't flinch.
Right.
So, because I'm used to it, you know. You're doing it every day. You're getting punches thrown at
Yeah,
you.
literally 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting punches thrown at you, so
Right.
you're used to it. Your body's used to it. The more in shape you are, the more your body will be able to handle all that pressure, all that damage.
Yeah. You do like the medicine balls against the stomach and all?
We do all that. Like I
Yeah.
got a rogue bike at my house.
Yeah.
I'm scared to use because that thing's tough.
Yeah. You was on your story yesterday or something, right?
Yep. I do my sprints on that. I actually want to get the Real Runner. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what's that?
It's the hardest endurance machine you would ever.
What's it called?
The Real Runner.
Real Runner.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that one?
It was made. They built it for the 1976, I think, Olympic wrestling team because they needed a workout that would push them to the top, and that's hands down the hardest. Like, it'll make you faint. It'll make you pass out. It's tough.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Is it like it's kind of arced like that, and you have to propel it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That thing, like 20 seconds on that is like.
Yeah. I see it in the gym. I look real quick. I just go the other way.
Yeah.
I hate
I'll
cardio.
be getting one of those soon.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So.
It's awesome. What would you say is the biggest thing that separates you from other fighters in the division?
I think just heart.
I like it.
You know, I've been kicked down multiple times. I've had the injuries. I've came back. I've had injuries, came back. I've had injuries, came back. But it's all about how bad you want it. Because after the first injury, I could have been like, oh man, I don't want to do this.
What was that? In your hand or something?
My knee.
Or your knee?
Yeah. And, you know, just hand aches.
Yep.
But it's just that I just want it so bad.
Yeah.
So I just fight through it, and I just keep going.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Cool deal. If anyone wants to follow you, social media, Instagram, where could they catch you at?
My Instagram, Mo Johnson, MOJOHNSON, 2 underscores. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, thanks for coming on the show. I'm going to come check out your fight on the 17th.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Definitely, I appreciate it.
Thank you.